G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Jay Brooks Art, where Jay displays his talent, God-given talent gift, his hobby, which he has also turned into his profession. Just such an amazing thing. And I just talk shit for about 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm happy to be back, to be honest. The mullet is indeed still there. It says hi, by the way. I'm just going to cover it up because it's been misbehaving. It's got a mind of its own. In this video, you'll notice Jay's painting location is different. That is because we had a massive fight and he moved out. And this is actually, unfortunately, going to be the last episode of Jay Brooks Art. Didn't want it to end like this, but, you know, sometimes things come between brothers and you got to deal with it the hard way. Psych! Nah, guys. Jay has actually moved out of the house. I don't know if it's temporary or permanently, but my good old mate Mark Zayer and James Amuni have offered him a bedroom at their house, and also, as well as having a bedroom, he has a painting studio. So, you know, he thought, well, I get to live with my friends, I get to paint in my own studio, I get my own bedroom, I don't get Luke and Bo annoying me, which I never annoy him anyway. In fact, the house has been 10 times cleaner since he's left, and it's kind of a good thing. So probably once every few days he'll come back, drop off the memory cards, so I'll dump the footage. And yeah, don't worry guys, everything's fine. There was no fight. I was just trying to play with your heart. I hope it worked. Woo! By the way guys, I'm a tomato juice drinker. A lot of people may find it disgusting, but once I was on a plane and I just had a craving for tomato juice. I don't know why, but they had it on the plane. Then I later learned why I had a craving for tomato juice while I was on the plane, and turns out it's because I'm going to read the actual explanation. The high decibel level in the cabin interferes with how people perceive taste. The palate registers sweets, such as soft drink, less intensely, while the taste known as umami is heightened. I think it's pronounced umami.
Umami.
I'm right. One more time.
Umami.
Umami. Umami. Yeah. Thirsty passengers may find they yearn specifically for something rich and savory, and they frequently choose tomato juice. So because I used to be a frequent flyer, I was constantly drinking tomato juice, and now I just drink bottles of it at a time. So don't judge me. We all have our weird cravings, okay? Sweet. Alright guys, got quite an episode lined up for you. All the usual topics, all ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, happy hump day by the way. I'm just gonna start and kick it off with a little you should know, just a quick one. So it reads, you should know, you shouldn't judge a beggar or homeless person for having something nice expensive. It was probably given to them. Now I'm just gonna say, if I see a homeless person or a beggar with a fucking Ferrari, I'm gonna judge them, okay? If I see a homeless person with a Rolex, I'm probably gonna judge them. Sell that fucking Rolex and get your life started. But obviously this guy's probably not talking about the extent to that amount of personal wealth of an item. This is what he says, or she, or they. Homeless people get given stuff that other people don't use all the time. Shoes, clothes, food, etc. I gave someone a brand new pair of shoes that didn't fit me, but someone might look at those and think he's a bullshitter. Or someone might look at it and say, what are those? Do people still do that anymore, by the way? Haven't heard anyone say what are those in a while. And I still continue to this day to wear socks with sandals. I don't give a fuck. It's comfortable. No one makes fun of my fucking ugly toes. And it's comfortable. There, good. Now it's time for Am I the Arsehole? Am I the arsehole for telling a girl that she should forgive me for bullying her 2 years ago? Now my personal take, just reading the title, yes, you are the arsehole. You shouldn't tell anyone to forgive you. It's up to the person to forgive you. But I'm going to read the story to get a little bit of context so I can confirm my initial thought of you being an arsehole. So, let's get into it. I was a bitch in middle school and the first 2 years of high school. I admit it. So I'm getting some mean girl Regina George vibes here. I'm not proud of it. I don't really even have an excuse for it. There was one girl I was really bad to. She was fat, weird, and kind of obnoxious, but she's cool now. God, that statement alone shows you haven't showed any remorse whatsoever. She was fat, weird, and kind of obnoxious. If you still think that she used to be all those things in high school, then you probably still think it now. And now you say, but she's cool now. Cool what? According to what? Your perception of cool? And if you finish high school and still categorizing people and labeling them as cool and loser, then yeah, you really haven't changed, sorry. She and I recently got assigned to work in a partner project together. We were FaceTiming and she was being weird. Everything I said, she would just respond with and she was barely talking. I asked her if she was okay and she said, working with you? Not really. Do you have an idea why she might hold such a grudge? Probably because of the fact you made her life a living hell. And you made her life a living hell probably during the most influential time of her life, where she's becoming her own person. I asked what she meant, and she said, I'm still angry with you. I said, are you seriously still hung up on how I treated you 2 years ago? She said yes, how she was dealing with binge eating disorder and a shitty mum, and how I made things 1,000 times worse. I said it's not like I could have known any of that, and it would be easier for her if she could just forgive me. She got angry and said, you're still a fucking bitch, and hung up. Am I the asshole for saying that? She was being annoying. I was only 11 when I started being mean to her, and I stopped 2 years ago, but she still treated me like shit. So it says you're 17 years old now, you stopped treating her like shit 2 years ago, so from the ages of 11 to 15, you were bullying her. That's 4 years. And you want her to just forgive you, like that. And from what I've read, you actually haven't shown any remorse or sorrow. You actually haven't apologized at all. And I bet if you apologized, it was a condescending one, like a, oh well, sorry if you still feel that way. Like a kind of gaslighting apology. Why do you even want her to forgive you? Just so it can satisfy your guilty conscience? Bottom line is, it seems like to me you haven't changed since high school. You can't respect the trauma you put her through. Not only was she dealing with a shitty time at home, but you made her life even worse at school, where she probably went to escape from home. You're still a bully, you're still a toxic mean girl, and I'd hate to be working with you too. Final verdict, you are the asshole. Okay, relationship advice. I found my boyfriend's porn account on Reddit. Help. Now for all of those who don't know, there is a massive porn section on Reddit. Type in anything porn related and there will be a subreddit for it. So if you've got any particular kinks or fetishes, go crazy. Knock yourself out. Now let's read the story. I've been seeing my boyfriend for about 3-ish months. We have probably the most healthy relationship I've ever had, and I adore him. We were recently talking about our Reddit accounts, and he mentioned he had seen my username and knew my account. This is fine. I mostly use my account for pictures of bugs and dogs. I'm not very active. But he mentioned I would never be able to find him. So I thought it would be funny if I found his account and sent him a message like, found you, haha. But after not much searching, I used his common screen name and it came right up. I found posts and pictures that I wasn't ready for. He had posted nudes and was looking for other men to masturbate with. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I can prove without question it is him in the pictures, from clothing and moles. I'm not surprised he's looking for male partners, although in the past he has denied being bi. He told me he had experimented with men before. I'm fine with that and with him being bisexual. What bothers me is that he has posted these types of things while we have been in an exclusive, closed relationship. He's actively trying to find men to masturbate with, and I frankly think of it as cheating. I'm very hurt and lost right now. I don't even know how to tell him or talk to him about it. Please help. Are you serious? You've got the perfect way to approach it. Send him a private message and say, found you, hee tee. Imagine that, imagine his shock. There's no better way to put him in place. In terms of the cheating thing, ask him if he'll like it if you're doing the same thing. He probably would if you were looking for another woman to masturbate with. That's just the way men are wired, kind of into it. But still, say, would you like it if I was looking for another man online to masturbate with? He probably wouldn't like that at all. I don't know. Just please send him the found you message and then confront him about it. He can't deny it. You know every inch of his body. You know there's a little mole on the tip of his penis head. So he can't deny that's not him. And if he's looking for other men to masturbate to on Reddit, he could be linking up with these guys and actually going through with it. So yeah, it's pretty important you get on top of that before this newish relationship progresses. Case closed. Alright guys, here's a little life pro tip. Ooh ha ha. The taste preferences for certain foods change in time. So, for once in a while, try things you haven't used to like. You may hit gold. Lucky for me, I like everything. All foods I like. But growing up, there was a lot of little kids saying, ew, I don't like broccoli, or ew, asparagus, ew, Brussels sprouts, ew. And to this day, they'd still be closed off from trying it. Like, grow up, haha. Vegetables are cool now. It's not embarrassing to like them. And if you've hated a vegetable and you still don't like it to this day, it's probably because you haven't even seasoned it or cooked it right. Try using a bit of seasoning. Vegetables are delicious if you cook them right. If they're not bland and raw and boring, Cook them. If you still don't like broccoli and you're my age, it's time for you to grow up. Because 7-year-olds hate broccoli and no one takes 7-year-olds seriously. And guys, this is the last post I'm going to read. It's another you should know, and I thought it was very interesting. You should know how to escape a human bite. I've been bitten before in a fight. Sorry, I'm going to dob him in. It was Bo who bit me. I've still got a scar to this day. It's just a massive bite mark on my arm. Now, I wish I had have known this. Human bites are extremely dangerous. The jaw has a huge amount of force. An oral bacteria can infect a human bite wound. The teeth can easily penetrate down through layers of skin and into muscle. Trying to rip your arm or whatever out of the mouth will cause serious extra harm. To stop a bite, this also works for a canine by the way. Brace and push the part of you that is being bitten into their mouth with force. Push them back against a building or wall to allow more force to push into their mouth. This is sometimes called feeding the bite. Being physically close to them also minimizes the damage they can do to the rest of your body, and they can't rip your skin as easily. Their jaw will release and press open for you to get free and get out of there. The wounds won't tear. You'll be treating punctures, not shredded skin and muscle. In addition, specifically for people bites, take your first finger, put it under the nose like you're making a moustache on the biter, and vigorously rub back and forth and push up onto that small protrusion of bone at the base of the septum. It's called the nose saw, and people often let go because A, it's weird, and B, they release the jaw to back away from it. As soon as the jaw releases, run as fast as you can out of the area. Go to the ER, call EMS if you need help controlling bleeding. So it's basically one of those Kung Fu Jackie Chan moves. So if someone's biting you, push them back against the wall or grab your finger and put it under the nose and push them back, and that will force them back. That's a good tip. You never know when someone's gonna bite you. I didn't expect it either, trust me. If I knew that back then, it would have helped. Okay, thanks guys for listening. As usual, the top 5 comments regarding the topic of this video will be featured at the end of the next video, so do get commenting and please leave a like. Thanks for staying tuned this episode, and I will definitely see you in the next episode, or you'll see me in the next episode. Alright guys, goodbye and peace.
Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Come around like rah, 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 rah. Talking all that blah, 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 blah. I've been scoring, cheap deals, bore me. Blah, blah, you bore me. Caution, warning. I've been scoring, I've been scoring, I've been scoring. Caution, warning. I've been scoring, cheap deals, bore me. Blah, blah, you bore me.
Comments from last video brought to you by Luke fucking Brooks.